South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos with exciting daytime racing action through Sunday, September 21st. On Saturday, September 20th, we'll have the running of the Dark Mirage. Showcard won the exciting running last year. On this day, we'll also have our on-track handicapping contest with 2 berths to the National Handicapping Championship in Las Vegas. Daytime racing is back at Los Alamitos, continuing through Sunday, September 21st.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. And we come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital. And the South Point Studio streaming network at YouTube, where you can see and hear us and chat away on the chat box as well. And if you're running around town this morning, you might be listening to us on our anchor radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. And, of course, our websites, Race Day Las Vegas, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas, .world, .global, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing there. And, of course, you can get the apps for your devices, your iPhones, Androids, and Google phones for the KSHP to listen through the radio station, YouTube to see and hear us as well through your apps there on your devices and anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to this Friday edition of the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. Want to start out by telling you the weather has changed here in Las Vegas. It was overcast when we left yesterday, and then the rains came. And it was constant rain pretty much throughout the rest of the day and the evening with a couple of breaks here and there. But for today here in Las Vegas, just in case you're going to make your way up here for the weekend and enjoy all we have to offer here in Las Vegas, just in case. Right now it's 67 degrees outside and damp. Okay, it is damp and 67 out there. If you're running around town, by the way, this is the first rain that we had enough rain to really get that grease that's been piling up all through the summertime with the heat. It gets it stirred up on the street. So be careful out there. You can slide. So just be careful out there when you're driving. Going to be 90. It's going to get up to 90 today. So with the overcast and the chance of some more rain today, and the rain is forecast in our area in spots here in Las Vegas again today. Between the temperature of 90 and the rain itself, it's going to be damp and humid out there. So keep that in mind. But it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race books, and that's where we'll be here in the race book at the South Point. Anyhow, that's the weather we have here. And, of course, as you know, we don't have any live racing here, so that's okay because, after all, we have... we're in fast, firm, and perfect. It's just great. But as far as the rest of the country is concerned, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Here we go. Let's do this. All right. Looking at the rest of the country, it looks like pretty clear throughout the rest of the country. We're waiting to see possibly down there in Southern California at Los Alamitos, because we get a lot of that front that goes through there first, and then it comes here. If they're going to have a little bit of off-going there today at Los Alamitos, we'll wait and see from John Lendo a little bit later on. The central part of California has got a lot of activity, rain over the mountainous areas, in the mountain area there. And the only other spot in the country that's really bad that you would say is up in Minnesota, parts of the Great Lakes area, etc. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain in any parts of the country that we have live racing going in today. Except maybe Southern California. We'll wait and see. Anyhow, today, the big races are at Presque Isle Downs. They got 4 stakes races there, a couple of $100,000 wins, $150,000 win, and the $300,000 Masters. Now, the $300,000 Masters and the Presque Isle Mile, those 2 races are the first 2 races in that in-state pick 4 that they have. The other 2 races will be at Parks, and that will be tomorrow. It will be the Pennsylvania Derby and the Cotillion. So I asked Jonathan Ardoon if he could just get into his little kit there and do a little handicapping for us in the Masters and the mile today at Presque Isle Downs to help us out a little bit there. And, of course, like I said, 4 big stakes races there. Now, Parks Racing, by the way, will have 3 stakes races of its own today. And then, of course, tomorrow, 7 stakes races over 15 race card there. So you know that all of the activity of big stakes races are happening in Pennsylvania between Presque Isle and Parks Racing. We'll try to cover as much of that as we can for you. In addition to 4 nice stakes races at Churchill Downs tomorrow, including the Dogwood. Gulfstream Park will have a Breeders' Cup winning to win, the Princess Rooney. And, of course, Los Alamitos and Belmont at Aqueduct going to have a couple of stakes races there as well. So that's tomorrow. But for today, we're going to take a look at those races between Presque Isle and Parks, along with our handicappers that, of course, look at Churchill Downs, Los Alamitos, and Belmont at Aqueduct. So we got a busy show today. Fairmont Park. You know those little racetracks where the horses aren't the soundest in the world, etc. Guys are trying to make the bills, etc. Well, Fairmont Park, a Fairmont Park trainer, Isidro Castro, has gotten a 10-year suspension by HISA for being caught with electrical devices. They used to, now in the old days, the jocks used to call them buzzers, a little unit that you put on your finger here with a little battery on it, and it shocks the horse, and hopefully to get the horse to run better. But that's inhumane. We all know that, and that is against the law. We all know that. And so this trainer was caught with 2 of those devices, and as a result of that, he's been suspended for 10 years at Fairmont Park. I think rightfully so. Joey Bravo. Where's Joey Bravo been? Well, Joey Bravo had a pinky finger, his right pinky finger that he broke several months ago. I think maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Anyhow, Bravo, who is 54 years old, by the way, is coming back to the races. He's healed up. He's coming back, and he's getting anxious to start again. Joe Bravo is going to be riding today at Gulfstream Park in his return. His first mountain is in the 7th race today at Gulfstream Park, so we wish Joey Bravo well. And at Woodbine tomorrow, a horse called Dresden Row is going for a repeat win in Woodbine's Durham Cup. Now, he'll be the favorite in that race, but Dresden Row goes for a repeat from a victory last year in the Dresden Cup. I should say the Durham Cup. Dresden Row is the name of the horse. The name of the race is Dresden Cup, and that'll be tomorrow at Woodbine. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And all of that racing that's going on in this great state of Illinois, you know how it's in flux there. They got rid of Sportsman's Park, etc. Fairmont Park, by the way, is in Illinois. You know what happened there. I just told you about that. Well, the Illinois Racing Board and the racetracks got together to plan out their racing season for next year, 2026. And they came with this. There'll be 120 days of racing in the entire state of Illinois, split up with Fairmont and the other smaller tracks there. Hawthorne will get 65 days of racing next year. So at least they're in business at Hawthorne for next year. That's always nice to know as well. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday at Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs, Ired Ortiz Jr. had back-to-back wins. He won the second race for Mike McCarthy at $4.04, then came back in the third race for Greg Foley, paying $15.22, and that was the highest Win Mutual payoff of the day, right there in the second race with Ired aboard. Then Walter Rodriguez got back-to-back wins. He won the fourth race for Ian Hardy, paying $14.06, and he won the fifth race for Larry Ravelli, paying $3.56. That winner, uncashed, was a pick on the show by Jonathan Hardoon at 7-2 on the morning line. This horse got pounded, but it was a winner from Jonathan Hardoon, $3.56 there, giving Walter Rodriguez back-to-back wins as well at Churchill. But it was pretty close to the best yesterday at Churchill. Middle-price horses and a lot of favorites winning yesterday at Churchill Downs. But yet the pick six paid $5,362.46. So those middle-price horses do pay off in those multi-race bets. Belmont at Aqueduct, that steeplechase stakes race, the Grade 1 Lonesome Glory, won by Zark the Brave, paying $10.46. And then Kendrick Carmouche, he got back-to-back wins. He won the second race for Linda Rice at $5.64, came back in the third, and won for Greg DePrima, paying $12.30. Then Manny Franco got into it. He won 2 in a row. He won the fourth race for George Weaver at $16.26, and came back in the fifth race for Chad Brown, paying $21.96. And that was not, however, the highest-priced winner of the day at Belmont at Aqueduct. Sixth race winner paid $15.60. So you had a $5.64 winner, $12.30 winner, $16.26, $21.96, and $15.62. Put all that together. The early pick 5 at Belmont at Aqueduct paid $9,860 and change. Oof, man. Highest priced winner of the day there at Belmont at Aqueduct came in the 7th race, $35.62. John Velasquez winning for Carlos David. And then the last race paid $5.58. So you put that pick 6 together with those races that overlap with the early pick 5 and those last 3 races, and here's what you got. Nobody having the pick 6. More unbelievable was nobody had the pick 5 in 5 out of 6 either. 4 out of 6 in the pick 6 yesterday at Belmont Aqueduct paid $206.27. However, that late pick 5, if you put those last 5 together, $15,206.07. So you got a carryover today in the pick 6 at Belmont and Aqueduct. And just in case you guys were betting our handicappers yesterday, Rich Eng's horse in the 6th race at Canterbury Park never had a chance because they canceled the race. Racing got bad. The weather got bad there at Canterbury Park. And before they got to that 6th race and the 6th race pick, the races were canceled. So if you have one of those tickets, you got a refund coming. And by the way, Richie's selection, the Miami Dolphins plus 12.5 went down to 11.5 in a lot of places. But it won anyhow because the Dolphins stayed within 10 points of winning the game with the Buffalo Bills last night. All righty. Well, we got a lot to do, so we're going to get started with our first break. When we come back, we got, of course, our racing menu, and then Jonathan Hardoon. We got Rich Eng, we got John Lindo and Jerry J, and we got Bob Mazursky back with us with the Los Alp report because Los Alamitos goes in.
The South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza. The South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos with exciting daytime racing action through Sunday, September